My own mother didn't give me a moment to pack a bag. She just pointed to the street and told me to get out of the life I built for her. She said my brother's new wife needed my bedroom more than I did. But the moment I walked away, a clock started, ticking on their perfect little world, and they had no idea. My name is Alara. I'm 25, and for as long as I can remember, our family's lakeside cafe, the Rustic Anchor, was my entire world. I knew every customer, every recipe, every seasonal shift. I ran the website, the social feeds, the delivery partnerships, all of it. I slept in the small room above the shop, and my paycheck was the roof over my head and the food on my plate. So when she stood in the doorway, blocking the light, and told me I was a grown woman who needed to make her own way, the ground fell away. I watched from the gravel drive as she placed a box of my books next to the garbage cans. Not a single question about where I'd sleep that night or who would handle the weekend bookings. My brother Leo just shrugged and carried my old desk toward the house for his wife, Sloane. She watched from my window with a thin, satisfied smile, already planning her creative nook. I didn't yell. I didn't plead. I just loaded what I could into my old car and drove. I waited until I was over the bridge, the lake house a speck in the rear view. Before I let the first tear fall, my friend Rhea answered her downtown apartment door in pajamas, took one look at my face and my bags, and pulled me inside. My couch is yours, she said. No interrogation, just sanctuary. The next morning, sunlight through her dusty blinds made the new reality stark. Everything I poured myself into was gone. Instead of crumbling, I opened my laptop. Every account for the Rustic Anchor, the Instagram, the booking system, the vendor contacts lived in my name, built with my effort. My mother, Celia, always called it my little internet magic. Leo and Sloane thought posting a pretty coffee cup was a marketing strategy. For 12 straight hours, I didn't sabotage. I simply reclaimed. I changed passwords, transferred administrative rights to my personal cloud, downloaded years of analytics and customer lists. I took back the digital world I'd constructed. When Rhea came home from her job at the Urban Hearth, the sleek city bistro that was our cafe's biggest competitor, she was livid for me. She wanted me to expose them online, to scream my story into the void. I shook my head. If you burn the bridge, you're left in the smoke with them. I wanted to build a better shore. She looked at me and then at my laptop screen. You build a brand from nothing for them. The Hearth social media is struggling. Why not use that skill for someone who'll actually pay you? It was a grenade of an idea. The Urban Hearth was everything the Rustic Anchor wasn't: modern, fast-paced, and directly competing for the same weekend crowd fleeing the city. Applying there wasn't just a job hunt, it was a strategic move. I sent a portfolio, not a resume. Charts of growth, engagement rates I'd driven, campaign results. I didn't mention being homeless. I sold my skill. The interview invitation felt like oxygen. The manager, a sharp-eyed woman named Anya, saw past the circumstance to the results. We need this energy, she said, offering me a contract. For the first time, my work had a value on paper. My first task? A lakeside remix, evening bringing. The cozy, rustic appeal of the lake to their urban patio. I used every insight I had about what our regulars loved. Fire pits, acoustic music, artisanal hot chocolates. I designed the graphics, wrote the copy, targeted the ads. And I saw the usernames in the comments. Wait, is this Alara from the Anchor? You're here now? The migration was quiet, gradual. One by one, familiar faces appeared at the hearth. I never told them not to go back. I just made sure we remembered their names, their orders, and made them feel seen. Back at the lake house, the silence from my family was deafening. The one text from my mother read, "Need the login for the booking site now. No, how are you? No, where are you?" Just a demand. I typed back, "That system is my intellectual property. You'll need to create your own." Then I blocked the number. A week later, Ria came home with gossip from a mutual friend. Sloan had convinced my mother that the cafe's dated aesthetic was holding them back. She wanted a full renovation, white paint over the warm wood, vinyl plank flooring, and a content creation corner in my old room where she could film lifestyle videos. The estimate was thousands. Leo called it an investment in their digital future. My mother, who couldn't tell an algorithm from a horoscope, agreed. They drained the business savings, the buffer I'd built through careful promotions, to fund a fantasy. Meanwhile, at the Hearth, our lakeside remix night sold out in hours. Anya looked at the receipts, then at me. "You did all this alone for them?" she asked. I nodded. "Then their loss is my very great gain," she said. Cracks began subtly. A regular told me their online order from the Anchor arrived cold and late. Sloan had fired the reliable delivery driver to save money, trying to manage it herself between filming sessions. A one-star review popped up, complaining of a rude reply from their Instagram. I knew that tone. It was Sloan treating customers like commenters on her personal feed. I didn't celebrate, but a cold, quiet part of me noted the poetic justice. They traded competence for vanity. Then the ambitions grew. The content corner wasn't enough. Sloan now envisioned a wellness patio on the back deck, a mini yoga studio and smoothie bar for her brand. The new quote made the first renovation look cheap. My mother panicked, but Leo, unemployed now and invested in his wife's influencer dream, pushed harder. She took out a loan, co-signing for Sloan's essential equipment, a fancy blender, a ring light, wicker chairs. They were building a film set, not a business. As they sank into debt, I was at the Hearth, implementing a customer loyalty app. Our regulars became apostles. Every ping of a new sign-up was a brick in my new foundation. The final spiral was swift. The loan payments stacked up. The cafe's quality and service faltered under the distraction. My mother's second loan application was denied. The landlord of the shop space, a practical man, sent a notice. He'd found a new stable tenant. That tenant was the Urban Hearth, looking for a lakeside expansion. Anya had asked me for the perfect location. I gave her the address of my childhood. I didn't sign the lease, but I advised on the layout. The eviction notice went up on the Anchor's door on a Tuesday. When they showed up at Ria's apartment at dawn, they were ghosts of themselves. Suitcases, desperation, and the sharp smell of failure. My mother's voice through the door was ragged. "Alara, please. We have nowhere. We lost it all." "We were wrong," Leo mumbled about family duty. Sloan just cried. My heart was a drum against my ribs. I remembered the box by the trash cans. I remembered being an inconvenience. I unlocked the door but left the chain on. "You told me I didn't belong," I said, my voice steady. "You were right. I belong somewhere else now." The new Urban Hearth Lakeside opens next month. In your old spot. The color drained from my mother's face. The sirens I called grew loud in the street below Dot when the officers arrived. I simply said, "These people are trespassing and causing a disturbance. I need them to leave." There was no scene, just a quiet, shameful retreat back to a borrowed car. As the door closed, I finally breathed. The grand opening was a rebirth. The space was unrecognizable, bright, airy, successful. Some former Anchor regulars came, offering hesitant congratulations. I welcomed them. We donated a portion of opening week sales to a local food bank. Anya praised my work publicly. I accepted, but thanks without shrinking. Sometimes the strongest closure is the life you build after walking away. I heard through Ria that Leo drives for a delivery app now. Sloan moved away, her social media silent. My mother works the grill at a Highway diner, I don't call. The lesson wasn't about revenge. It was about weight. For years, I carried the weight of their choices, their business, their emotional load. I finally set it down. And when I did, they found they couldn't lift it alone. So if you're the one holding a fragile world together for people who see you as furniture, ask yourself, what would happen if you just stopped? What could you build on solid ground of your own? If you have your own story of choosing yourself, share it below. Someone needs to hear it. And if this story resonated with you, please like this video and follow Winds of Thought for more tales of turning points.